Hey everyone, and welcome back after a long hiatus. We're just going to jump right in to plays today. So we'll start with a play that I'm sure you've all seen. Well, it cuts off, but we'll go back and look at it. So what we have is play in the end zone. It's a jump ball. Looks like the receiver catches it initially. As we come down, looks like we're going to have dual possession. At least that appears to be what we have. So one thing to note on this one is, because of the dual possession at the end of the play, interception is pretty much off the table. So your three possible results are to play incomplete pass, touchdown, or interception. With the dual possession, interception is off the table. You can't have an interception if both players are on the ground with the ball, because by rule it goes to the offense. So if you're going to rule it's any kind of catch whatsoever, it's got to be a touchdown, and it's got to go to the offense. So interception is off the table. You have interception or incomplete pass if you see any kind of evidence of an incomplete pass. So if you see the ball hit the ground or anything like that, then you have an incomplete pass. But you have to, because of the rules of a catch, you have to control the ball all the way to the ground to complete the process of the catch. That's how you can have the dual possession. But still, dual possession has to go to the offense. So in this case, unless the back judge or even the field judge sees any kind of evidence of an incomplete pass, you have to go with touchdown. You have to see the evidence of the incomplete pass. Otherwise, you have a catch. Like we said in this situation, your only outcome for a catch is going to be a touchdown. So here's a play that we can use our new intentional grounding rule for. So with this one, a couple of things to look at. First, to get the intentional grounding rule exception, obviously you have to leave the lateral confines of the tackle box, or the free blocking zone. Sorry, don't use the term tackle box. Free blocking zone. Which we do. If you take more than 2 steps, you're out. So we get to 2 steps. The second part of the rule is the ball has to go past the expanded neutral zone or line of scrimmage in the air, which this one fails to do. See, our line of scrimmage is the 11. The ball lands about the 7 or 8. So, did not pass. Did not meet that requirement. So you have intentional grounding. Another thing to look at, though, too, is where this occurs. You can see when he releases the ball, he is clearly in the end zone. So the correct ruling for this would be intentional grounding, and the result would be a safety since it is in the end zone. Alright, so let's talk about a topic no one likes to talk about, but it all happens. We all do it. Inverted whistles. So this play is hard to see, but obviously in film we can't tell what an inverted whistle is. But this one happens during the fumble, happens about right there, while the ball is still loose. So when we have an inverted whistle during a loose ball, so during a fumble, during a kick, pass in flight, backward pass, the play has to be repeated. It's your only option. Now, normally, inverted whistle, you have some options. If it's during a loose ball, no options. Gotta repeat the play, or repeat the down. So in this case, it was during the fumble. Your only option is repeat the down. Same situation here. The inverted whistle is going to happen during this kick. So they did, they killed it. They shouldn't have. This ball's still alive. I just can't advance it. Well, no, that's R. So yeah, they can't advance it. But they killed this one. It was still, ball was still alive. See, R can pick this up, take it. So they killed it. Your only course of action on this one, again, is repeat the down. Because remember, kick is a kick is a kick. So this ball is still alive. Still a kick. Still a kick. And we killed it during the kick. So your only option for this interrupter whistle is repeat the down. We'll wind this back so you can see it better. Alright, so we have a defenseless player. The receiver is defenseless. And then we're going to have an illegal hit. You know, you have some elements of targeting. There's a launch. It's hard to tell if he gets them above the shoulders. But even if he did, he still initiates contact with the crown of his helmet. Or makes contact with the crown of his helmet. And this is just an unnecessary play in and of itself. A good way for a player to get out of the flag on this one is to wrap up. Remember, if they wrap up, it eliminates a lot of doubt. So if he wraps up on this play and doesn't launch, he probably doesn't have the flag. But as it stands, you get the launch. He's coming in, leading with the crown of the helmet. It's a good flag. You can go spearing, targeting. I don't know if he gets them above the shoulders, so I don't know about targeting. But you can at least do spearing. It's definitely unnecessary roughness. You can talk about an ejection. I don't know. I think I would need more information about an ejection here. But you can definitely is a discussion on the table. Alright, a few things to look at on this play. The flag you see is going to be for an eligible downfield. Unfortunately, it's not there. It was not a correct call. Nevertheless, it was called on the field, so we must enforce it. We have a catch, fumble, recovered by the defense. First of all, let's look and make sure we have this as a catch and a fumble. Remember, for a catch, you want possession and control. So that's what we're looking for. And for control, we want any kind of voluntary movement of the ball. So is he tucking it in? Is he moving it across his body? Is he stretching it out? If they do those things, that demonstrates control. Kind of get that term football move, kind of get that out of your head. It's a very vague term, you know, what is a football move? There's no steps, so don't be thinking about steps. Look for possession and control. Control of the ball. So you got possession, he tucks it in, so there's your control. And now the ball comes out. This was a good call for catch and fumble. And then it was recovered by the defense, so the foul, and those with downfield on the offense, or for the defense keep the ball, they have to decline the foul. We had a lot of missed blocking the backs this week. You can see here's one. Remember, for blocking the back, you can have basically two types. You can have your safety foul, which is a hard, egregious hit. And then you can just have a foul that's, you know, they illegally block them in the back. It could just be a shove or anything, but it takes the defender out of the play at the point of attack. And on those blocking the backs, even though they're not egregious, they're not safety fouls, it is still a block in the back that takes the player out of the play, which is what this is. So at this point, the feet are good. They're in between. him and the ball carrier, engages him, but then as he turns the corner, he gets that shove in the back, and that's all he needed. This would be the field judge's call. All the way is your whitest guy, field judge's key, and you would never move off this key. The wing would pick up this player, and field judge, you stay engaged with them. Alright, so this one would be in the category of that egregious hard hit and borderline after the play right there. You can kind of see the brick in his hand going against the flow. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it wasn't too bad after the play, but nevertheless it is a hit in the back. Got the umpire looking right at it. He can certainly pick that up. If the wing's backpedaling, they probably pick that up. Deep's probably had the ball carrier, although he could certainly see it. It looks like the umpire got ready to throw his flag, so looks like he saw it. Alright, remember on kickoffs, we have our lanes. Crew of 6 is easy. We just divide the field into thirds. So referee and umpire are going to take the middle of the field, right between the hashes. Umpire's going to take it down all the way to about the 30. And the referee will pick it up. Deeps, you're going to have the outside the hashes to about the 30. Wings, outside the hashes to about the 30. Here we have blocking the back, right in the referee's zone of coverage. It just gets missed. Alright, you gotta make sure especially referees, wings, once you make sure you have secure catch and you wind the clock, you're shifting to your zone of coverage pretty quickly. And then we probably pick that up. Same thing on this one. We're going to miss it right there. And that one may have been more on the side rather than blocking the back. But it would still meet the qualifications of a blindside block. Spinner didn't see it coming. No open hands. Forceful contact. So while not a block in the back, it is still a blindside block. That would be in the umpire's zone of coverage. So remember, we're just going to make sure we're shifting into our coverage zones pretty quickly. Alright, we're going to end on some deep mechanics in the crew of 6. So remember, crew of 6 is different from a crew of 7. Crew of 7, field judge, side judge, you're going to stay on that pylon virtually all the time and never leave. Crew of 6, you're going to read the play, kind of see where the receiver takes you. We're going to hold that goal line unless we feel like the end line is threatened. When we feel like the end line is threatened, then we'll move off. See here, the field judge does a great job here. End line is never really a threat. He's going to stay on the goal line, just turn, face it, barely has to move, keeps those eyes still. We'll work on those signals. We do not have to face the field to signal. I would just stay squared up on these players, make sure nothing happens. And incomplete pass like this, where it's an obvious incomplete pass, just one swipe. That's all you need. Just one swipe, real calm and smooth. Here we get a little too happy feet and we come off the pylon. Stay on that pylon. The end line is not a threat. In fact, the goal line is still pretty much a threat. So we want to make sure we stay on that goal line. Get an interception. And again, we don't have to come on the field, but good job stopping the clock first. use that kind of process what's happening, and then give your touchback signal. But we don't have to come on the field for this. We'll just stop the clock and give the touchback signal. Alright, that's it for this week. We're going to try and put out some extra videos over the next couple of weeks. And we still got to finish up our finals. So be on the lookout for that. Remember, like and subscribe if you liked the video. If you didn't like it, other button works too. Good luck this week.